Welcome to You Don't Know Am I? It's the motivational interviewing edition where breakneck education meets fly by the seat of your pants trivia questions. I'm your host, Jake Gillespie, and I'm going to take you from don't know much to semi-expert in a matter of mere minutes. Make your choice. Word descrambles. Don't leave it blank. This or that. They all collide to bring you up to speed on motivational interviewing. Here's how it's going to go down. You're going to get a super fast Cliff Note edition of some key motivational interviewing concepts. Then comes the extra fun part. You're going to put your new knowledge to the test to see just how much you learned about MI, which, in case you didn't catch it, is short for motivational interviewing. Boom, first fact down. We're going to cover the spirit of MI. Ooh. Oars, it's not just for boats, and two forms of talk. Recognizing and sustaining change talk, and eliciting and strengthening change talk. Are you ready? Grab a pencil for your scorekeeping. Put your thinking cap on. And get ready to get up to speed on motivational interviewing, and may the odds be ever in your favor. But before we get started, meet your competition. Dr. William Miller, co-creator of MI, our theme for today. Judge Terry Smith playing for the judges in juvenile court. And Zach and Amanda who think they can beat Dr. Miller, the judge, and you. The spirit of MI, not so much a ghost, more so a mood. This concept is all about the driving forces of MI. They are empathy, collaboration, evoking, and strength-based communication. Now you know, now you're gonna prove it.
Okay, so empathy, collaboration, evoking, and strength-based communication. Got it. Bring it on.
Yeah, Zach, I'm totally convinced you got this.
Let's give him a chance here, Amanda, to put his buzzer where his mouth is.
Well, if you can remember, empathy, collaboration, evoking, and strength-based communication, there's a good chance you'll all be winners.
Let's start off easy with a don't leave it blank question. You have 5 seconds to fill in this blank. Should you get it, you'll earn 25 points. Blank is the use of open-ended questions to get someone to talk about motivation to change. If you said evoking, congrats, you've just earned 25 points. With evoking or evocation, the resources for change are presumed to be within the individual. Instead of telling people what, how, and or why to change, we evoke their own motivation and resources for change. We ask rather than tell. If you blanked out, well, you're off to a bit of a rocky start, but don't worry, you have plenty of redemption time.
I did blank on the blank that time.
Well, load up on the choices. Words describing the spirit of MI. Empathy, collaboration, evoking, and strength-based communication.
The blanks make it tough. Gotta get with this game.
Guys, let's not get caught up on the first question. We know how the game goes. Let's get to the next question.
Now we're gonna switch gears with a word descramble. If you work better with pen and paper, now's the time to get it. We're going to show a jumbled word on the screen. You have 10 seconds to unscramble it. Don't fret, a couple of seconds in, we're gonna give you a clue. Gee, that's a doozy. How about this clue? Working in partnership with youth and families. Got it now? Well, if you didn't, it's too late. The answer is collaboration. If you did get it, add another 25 points to your score.
Ah, that was super easy. To all you home players out there, maybe you're just not ready to play You Don't Know Much. Might as well just pack it up now and watch how the master does it.
Did I lose extra points because I buzzed in early?
You should definitely wait until you have the right answer before you buzz in.
I guess I jumped the gun on that one.
A few of us got that one. We're getting there.
If scrambling wasn't your jam, maybe you'll do better with a make your choice question. Are you asking, what's a make your choice question? Guess we better clarify that first. It's our fancy way of saying multiple choice, and you'll get an assist with my spirit voice as an example of this technique of MI. Today, I really want to talk to you about what has worked for you in the past. You were able to get your community service completed and attended all of your treatment sessions for 3 months. How can we translate that into things that can work for you in the future? Okay, so now you need to select what this statement is depicting. Is it A, empathy, B, strengths-based communication, or C, collaboration? Did you guess C? Oh, sorry, you're wrong. It's depicting B, strength-based communication. Strength-based communication is a core professional alliance skill. In strength-based communication, you identify and encourage a youth to use his or her strengths to overcome barriers and accomplish goals.
I'm a little curious about how you all felt about that last question. What effect did it have on you?
Well, for me, it told me I should probably pay better attention to what the host is saying.
Well, for me, it just solidified the fact that I'm totally owning this game. Sorry, Zach.
Ouch, Amanda. That's not very strengths-based. Zach, sorry to hear that you got tripped up on that one. Don't be frustrated. You'll get better on the next one.
That's a good point, Judge. And Amanda, it's great you're doing so well, but we still have to remain mindful of Zach's feelings.
Our in-house players just did us all a favor. They actually just demonstrated our next concept, and you need to figure out what they just depicted. Is it A, empathy, B, strengths-based communication, or C, evoking? And if you said B, strengths-based communication, you were 1 question late. That was last question's answer. The correct answer is empathy. Empathy is another core professional alliance skill. Being empathic does not mean you agree with or approve of the behavior. Rather, it's an understanding of the individual's words, feelings, and perceptions. If you got that one right, give yourself another 25 points. So that ends the Spirit of MI component. The key takeaways are, mindful attention to the spirit of MI can help build rapport and professional alliance. In the spirit of MI, interactions promote an open and collaborative relationship, evoke intrinsic motivation to change, and respect client autonomy. The spirit of MI is also about using strength-based communication and listening with and expressing empathy. Lock these in your brain because they're going to pop up again in the lightning round.
Okay, so we'll call that one my warm-up round.
Warm, I'm on fire.
That's a good way to look at it, Zach. You got your feet wet, now you can dive deep in the next round.
I'm a seasoned professional. It's not as if these questions are easy for me.
Now that you have an understanding of the general concept of MI, you're ready to tackle MI core skills. Here's what you need to know. Pay attention, we're gonna go fast. Can you keep up? The use of oars. No, we aren't going to teach you how to steer a canoe, but oars, O-A-R-S, can help guide conversations. O equals open-ended questions, A equals affirmations, R equals reflective statements, and S equals summarizations. And just to keep you on your toes, there's another key MI skill thrown in the mix, developing discrepancy. But don't let that steer you off course. Got it? Here we go then. For this round, you're going to view some videos. At the end of each video, jot down the first letter of the concept it's depicting. So if you watch the first video and think, yep, that's definitely reflective statements, then jot down R. At the end, we'll see if your word matches ours. Here's your first video.
Okay, Probation Officer Collins, we're here today for a probation review hearing. Talk to me about how Jimmy's been doing on probation the last few months.
Well, Your Honor, Jimmy says he wants to get off probation, but he still hasn't completed any community service. In the last month, he's had 2 positive drug tests and 4 unexcused absences from school. And I just don't see how discharge from probation is going to happen.
Okay, Officer Collins, it sounds like you have some concerns about Jimmy being able to be successfully discharged from probation due to recent behavior and incurred probation violations. Is this correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Got it? It's all there. Now write down your first letter. Only 4 more away from your 5-letter word. And now we're ready for the next video and letter 2.
Okay, Jimmy. Regarding Officer Collins' testimony, he mentioned that you would like to get off of probation. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
What are some of the reasons you'd like to be discharged from probation?
Well, I really want to go live with my dad in New Jersey, but as long as I'm on probation, I can't do that.
Are there any other reasons you'd like to be done with probation?
Yeah, I want to be able to go out with friends on the weekends and not have an 8 o'clock curfew. And I want to have the free time to do the things that I want to do.
Video 2 down, that means your paper should have a 2nd letter on it. Okay, no coasting along, dig in now, and get this done if you dare. What are the next few letters? Drum roll or eye roll. Roll that next video.
Officer Collins just outlined several violations that have occurred recently, but I've seen in this report here prepared for today's hearing that you've attended all of your treatment sessions and you've followed curfew from every day for the last 3 months. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you've been keeping up, you are oh so close to cruising through this round. Hint, hint. Take it away, Judge!
Okay, Jimmy, although you've met some of your probation obligations by going to treatment and keeping curfew, you've also incurred some setbacks by having positive drug tests and receiving unexcused absences from school. Additionally, you still have to complete your court-ordered community service hours. Do you see how some of your behavior is preventing you from getting the freedom that you want?
Yes, Your Honor.
So what do you think you can do differently over the next months toward getting successfully discharged from probation?
Well, when I stayed clean for those first few months, I was really good about going to my sponsor when I thought I might use. I guess I should get back into that habit and go to him before I use again. The using was also why I didn't go to school. See, I knew the teachers could tell I was high, so I figured if I skipped school, no one would know. If I'm good about talking to my sponsor and not using, I won't miss any school. I could also volunteer at my church to get some more community service hours done. They're beginning to paint the church and they could use some help.
Did you get it? I know you can't wait for your last video clue and final letter, so here we go.
Okay, Jimmy, let's recap. It sounds to me like you really want to be off of probation. You've done well with some of your obligations over the last months, but you've had some setbacks. You've also expressed to everyone here that you're really ready to continue your therapy, staying in better contact with your sponsor, try to stay clean, make sure that you get to school every day. Also, it looks like you're going to complete your community service with your church. Does that sound about right?
So what word did you get? If you got roads, you're speeding along the MI highway with an additional 2,000 points. Boom. Let's recap that section. Ha! See what I did there? Summarization, baby. Remember, with open-ended questions, you aren't locking someone into a yes-no answer, but encouraging the person to respond with more detail. It is also helpful to provide affirmations, factual statements about a client's strengths or successes, using your own words to restate and reflect back what they have said, shows that you are listening and provides the opportunity to highlight change talk. Speaking of change talk, let's see if we can keep that going. If you like acronyms, you are in for another treat. If you don't, you'll be stuck saying darn it because here comes another one. To help you recognize change talk, you should listen for the darn C's. That's right, D-A-R-N-C. But what on earth does darn C mean? Are you desiring to know? Do you just need to know? What's the reason? I'll tell you, if you have the ability and commitment to learn, sit tight and we'll see how you do. In this round, each question will come with a video scenario and then you'll have to decide if it's this or that. So for example, if you see a video of, let's just say, 2 people eating pizza and your choices are eating or sleeping, you better be choosing eating. So focus on the scenarios and make your best guess from the techniques I've just talked you through. Ready now? Here we go. Roll it.
So Jimmy, do you know why we are here at court today?
Yeah,
And why is that?
a review hearing for my probation violations.
Correct. So what do you want to see happen in court today?
Honestly, I just want to be done with probation. I mean, I'm so tired of all the rules and the pressure.
So is it reasons or desire? Did you pick reasons? And if so, what was your reason for picking the wrong answer? Let's try another.
It sounds to me like you want to be discharged from probation.
Yeah,
You mentioned being tired of the rules and the pressure. Can you tell me more about why you want to be discharged?
well, if I'm on probation, then I can't go live with my dad. And I really want to live with him. Things would be so much better if I could just stay with him.
So were you paying attention? Because I need to know, was it reason or needs? You didn't fall for my trick, did you? The answer wasn't need, it was reasons. Keep trying. With 3 more video scenarios in this round, you can still win out against this or that.
Why would things be better with your dad?
I don't know, they just would be. I mean, I love my mom, but I just feel like I really need to stay with my dad. Plus, I have to get out of this area and away from the friends that make me want to use and get me into trouble. I just need a fresh start.
Okay, you need to get one right. But careful, I might be trying to trip you up again. Is it need or desire? Good for you if you ignored me and guessed need because you're right. Just 2 more chances to keep this or that from dissing you. Here we go.
Okay, Jimmy, how do you feel about how things went in the hearing?
I don't know. Pretty good, I guess. I mean, I know how to stay clean. I've done it before. And I just have to get this stuff done. I just have to do it.
I really want you to get this one right and know you are able. So is it desire or ability? It's so capable of you if you said ability. Okay, last one, don't give up. Commit to getting this one right.
You're right. You have been going to your appointments, and you have stayed clean for months. It seems like you know what you need to do moving forward. You're going to stay in better touch with your sponsor, and you're going to start your community service at your church.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a lot better and get this stuff done.
Was it desire or commitment? The final answer, drum roll please, commitment. And with that, if you've stayed with us, you've now committed 4 rounds of play. Now time for a word from our sponsor. Today's show is brought to you by Stages of Change. Do you feel stuck in a state of contemplation? Do you want to take action but just don't know how? Stages of Change can help get things moving along. Even if you've changed your behavior before, never fear. Relapse is normal and you can jump back in. The Stages of Change, all you need to keep things moving in the right direction. We have arrived at the final round of regular play. In this round, we will challenge you in ways we haven't before. We're going to mix it up and challenge your brain. You may think you are a bingo master, but not so fast. In this game, we take the O out of bingo because this game is more bing, as in bing, I have the answer. And in this round, we are talking about talk. Yes, eliciting and strengthening change talk. Here are the basics you need to know. Bing! Working with the spirit of MI, using your oars, and recognizing change talk with darn C are all important, but bing! They won't magically bring about change. Continuing to elicit and strengthen change talk can support self-efficacy. People are more likely to change behaviors as they freely choose and discover confidence in their ability to change. These next questions highlight tools to help you do just that. Bing! Okay, ready for Bing? And welcome your competition back. How have those gamers been?
Okay, I may have made a few bad choices, but all of you at-home players, watch out, because this round is right up my alley.
And what alley is that, Zach?
I'll have you know that I used to be a championship bingo player.
Yeah, and you always are a letter short of a word, so you should definitely be great at Bing.
As long as you pay attention to the concepts, you should be fine.
Pay attention and have rapid responses to answers, you mean.
So Bing is sort of a cross between first letter Scrabble and bingo with a splash of memory thrown in. Huh? Yeah, so I'm giving you the 4-letter word that is the opposite of light and is the favorite hideout of the boogeyman, and it is...
Oh, I know this one.
Ooh,
I've always
the dark, the dark. The answer is the dark.
Zach. Brilliant and so patient.
I was gonna say that.
She who hesitates loses.
You guessed it, dark is your first letter clue word. Now, above the first letter clue word, you are going to get the clue to the actual answer for this question. And one of the letters in dark is the first letter of the answer to the clue. So for example, you'll get the clue, the man who goes alongside the queen, and your answer would be K because it's the first letter of the word king. Now here's the actual first clue for our game. Let's see if you can guess. The simultaneous presence of conflicting motivations, and the letter is?
Yeah, and I like his spin on the king going alongside the queen, just as it should be.
Women.
And the judge gets to tell them all what to do.
Bing! And I get to tell the answer to this question. As I explain this idea of the desire to change behavior, but it's overwhelmingly desirable to keep that behavior because it's fun. Now that's ambivalence.
If you said A, you were right because the answer is ambivalence. Next question. Still using the word for the preferred atmosphere of vampires, dark, as our first letter clue word. Guess which letter begins the answer to this clue. Using this metaphor in conversation can measure a person's need, ability, or confidence to change.
Judges are good at measuring things. I should get this one.
Yeah, I'm sure you are constantly checking in on people who come before your court.
Yeah, I'm terrible at math. Measuring feels like math.
Yeah, I can see that. Bing! Take that.
Were you right in the letter you guessed? You really should think about which letter might be right. Yes, you did guess it. R is the right letter since ruler was the answer.
Yeah, I got that one. This one's adding up nicely.
I was working off that math thing, so that's what messed me up.
Bing! Nice work. Moving into the halfway mark of this round. Are you 2 bings in? I hope so. Guess the first letter of the answer for this clue. Remember, you can choose from the 4-letter word you find yourself in before you flip the switch. And the clue is, don't confuse me with defiance because I am a normal part of ambivalence. Don't get tripped up here on your guess. You know, there are only 4 letters and 5 questions for this round. You might have to reuse a letter. Just say.
Bummer. Defiance is my jam. So it's not defiance. So it's not D, or it is D, but another D word?
It's probably not a D word. He said we could reuse a letter. So far I've used R and A.
You're on the right track. Don't fight it. The answer is there.
Oh,
Bing! Do you have it? Yes, it is R because the answer to the clue is resistance.
so did you pick up on what Dr. Miller said? Get it? Don't fight it. Resistance.
Oh.
Did that last question throw you off kilter with the repeat letter? Well, the answer to the next question could help you re-kilter, hint, hint.
I've been sitting around all game. I'm sure my kilter could use fixing.
What is he getting at with that hint?
So all round, you've been left in the dark. Which first letter do you extract from the dark to answer this clue correctly? And the clue is to systematically show the advantages and disadvantages of alternatives. So is the first letter of the answer D, A, R, or K? Bing! Do you have it?
So D, K like king.
Could it be A? Could it be R?
You can do this. Think about the pros and cons. A D, an A, an R. Which helps answer this idea? If you have to make a choice, be smart about it and consider the options.
Have you weighed your options carefully to come up with your answer? That might help you because the answer is yes, bing, D, for decisional balance.
Yeah, that one was a little tricky with the 2-word answer.
Yeah, but bing, a D is a D, and I know a lot about making Ds.
That's not surprising.
Yeah, Zach, if you spent more time applying yourself at school instead of applying yourself to goofing off, that D thing would take care of itself.
Okay, last one. Could be a time to look back and don't take anything from that comment. Which letter from dark is the first letter of the answer to this clue? A core MI skill to follow and amplify change talk. And for the last time, you only have 4 letters to choose from. Will you bing on your first try?
I am almost binged out.
I've got bings for days.
Yeah, but you have to have the right Bing letter. I think it's A. Or R. Wait, we haven't used K yet.
Ah, yes, you go with that. Looking back is both good and helpful, and channeling my favorite character, repeating back to gain understanding, you must.
Okay, this is it. Can you get this one? I'm not gonna give you any hints. I'm just using this to freshen up. And, oh, I just love looking in the mirror. Okay, so what is the first letter? I don't reckon you really reasoned a replacement for the right letter, because the answer to the clue is reflection. And that wraps up regular play. How did you do? Are you ready for the lightning round? So get your mega game face on and get ready to catch the lightning. And you've made it to the pinnacle of You Don't Know MI success, the lightning round. In this final round, it's just you and the game. We'll give you hints, and you need to come up with the word or term that relates it to MI. Here we go with the first hint. Filling in the blank will give you the answer to the wanting part of motivation to change. Your heart's blank. Leaves much to be blank. Object of blank. Did you guess it? Or did you tire? You've got it now. Yes, it's desire. Next, if you know what MI concept means capturing and returning the client's message, you can answer the next clue. What is it when you look back on yourself? It seems to me like you need some direction. Or do you already have the answer? That's right, it's reflection. You are now halfway through the lightning round. Listen now to these clues indicating a step in the direction of change. I'm going to. I'm determined to. On a scale of 1 to 10, how confident are you that you have the answer? Do you know what I meant? It's commitment. And so we've come to the end. Your final question. And this one you haven't seen in the game, nor have you heard. This is a key component of rolling with resistance. Know the answer and you'll be able to finish these song titles. The Sound of Blank. Blank is golden. No need for violence if you don't get it right. The answer is silence. Time to tally up your scores. Were you victorious over your competitors? Take a look at their scores. How did you fare? Well, until next time. Wait, there won't be a next time, because now you know MI.